Hey everyone, I put up a example of the violations of Arrow's theorem problem a little earlier today on Canvas, but I just wanted to go through it here in a video since I didn't have it prepared for the Zoom review I did earlier. So here I have a group of individuals, person A, person B, and person C, and they have the following preferences over four alternatives, and I just picked colors for this example: purple, red, blue, and green. So again, following this notation, these are person A's preferences. Person A strictly prefers, let's start at the bottom here. Person A strictly prefers purple to red, they strictly prefer green to purple, and they strictly prefer blue to green. That's how you read these preferences. So they all have strict preferences over the different colors, and they all have transitive preferences. There's no cycling within their own preference. All right, so these people meet our conditions of having complete and transitive preferences. Then they've used some voting rule. We don't get to know what it is, but they've used some voting rule to aggregate their preferences into these pairwise group choices. So if they ran blue against purple using the voting rule, blue would have won. That's what this notation means. It means the group strictly prefers, as opposed to this means person A strictly prefers, person B strictly prefers, person C strictly prefers. This means the group strictly prefers, all right? So for each of these pairwise comparisons, these are the group's preferences. When we run the pairwise comparison, so blue against green, through their voting rule, it would select blue over green, all right? Select green over purple, the voting rule would select green over red, and the voting rule would select purple over red and red over blue. You get the idea. So what we're going to do in the next three parts of the question is check three of Arrow's conditions. We're going to check rationality or transitivity. Different books call it different things. We're going to check the Pareto criterion or unanimity criterion is the way it's sometimes called. And then we're lastly going to check the non-dictatorship. All right. So the transitivity one is pretty easy. Pick any of these group level pairings. Pick any of these group level comparisons, and then just start stringing them together. So I just picked the top two here. The group prefers blue over purple. And then I went and found a purple over here. Here's a purple. And I just added it on. So the group prefers blue to purple, and they prefer purple to red. So that's what I got here. Blue to purple, purple to red. And then I need to find a red over here. Here's a red. The group also prefers red to blue. Now I have all of the, you want to keep going basically until it stops or until you see it cycle. And this one does indeed cycle, all right? This one has that blue is preferred to blue. That's intransitivity. So transitivity or rationality is violated by the rule that this group, person A, B, and C is using to make a decision about the alternatives, blue, green, purple, and red. So transitivity is violated. Next, for the Pareto criterion or the unanimity criterion, we want to, what is it first? Unanimity criterion or Pareto criterion means if everybody wants something more than something else, the voting rule should return the thing that they all want, all right? So what we're looking for is we need to test whether this rule holds, whether this condition holds, we need to find a case where everyone prefers one alternative over another. If we don't find that, so that's what I put here at the end of this, if there's no pair of alternatives where they all prefer one alternative to another, then you just state you don't know. You don't have enough information to check the Pareto criterion, all right? But for this example, we do. So first we need to find, what do I say here? First, look for cases where everyone individually prefers one alternative over another, all right? So we come up here and say, and notice these are all the pairings. So I'm just going to check them one at a time. So does everyone prefer blue to purple? Or purple to blue, either way. So person A prefers blue to purple, person B prefers purple to blue. So no, there's not the case that everyone prefers either blue to purple or purple to blue. So we can scratch that pair off. Now, is it the case that everyone prefers blue to green, or maybe everyone prefers green to blue? Let's see. This person prefers blue to green. Person B prefers blue to green, and person C prefers blue to green. So everybody prefers blue to green. So that's one option we can check. So now that we know everybody prefers blue to green, we can move on to the second criteria. If that's true, then look to see if the group choice is the same. So does the group also prefer blue to green using the voting rule? Yes, the group does. So far, so good. This rule follows the Pareto criterion. But we're not done. We have to check all of these, all right? So again, we found one case where everyone preferred one of the alternatives to the other, and then in the group comparison, it stayed the same. It all lined up. That's good, all right? So now what about, is it the case that everyone prefers green to purple, or everyone prefers purple to green? Let's see. Green to purple, person A, but purple to green, person B. So that one we can scratch off. What about green versus red? All right, does everyone prefer green to red, or maybe everyone prefers red to green? Green over red for person A, but red over green for person B. All right, let's go to the next to the last one. What about purple versus red? Does everyone prefer purple to red, or does everyone prefer red to purple? Let's see. Purple to red for person A here. Purple to red for person B, but then red over purple for person C. So everyone doesn't have the same preference for purple and red. Does everyone have the same preference for red and blue? Either everyone likes red more than blue, or everyone likes blue to red. Let's see. Blue over red for person A, but red over blue for person B, so no. So now we've checked all the pairs. There was only one where everyone preferred one to the other. So blue was preferred to green for everyone. That's what this means, for all sub I. So for all of these subscripts, everyone preferred blue to green. And the group preferred blue to green. And that was the only situation we could look at. So the Pareto criteria holds. Everyone prefers blue to green, and the voting rule returns that. There are no other cases where all three prefer one alternative to another. So we can conclude that the Pareto condition holds. All right. The last is the non-dictatorship. Non-dictatorship is violated when there's one person whose preference is opposed to everybody else's, but the voting rule returns the one. They are a dictator. All right. So what we're looking for are any situations for us, for this case, where it's 2 against 1, because we have 3 people. But if we had 5 people, we would look at, are there cases where it's 1 against 4? If we had 7 cases, we would look at 1 against 6. Notice all of those are odd. In social choice and voting examples, we often pick odd numbers of people because when you have even numbers of people, sometimes you get ties. And for a lot of the things we're trying to explain, ties are not that useful. They are for certain things, but for most examples, especially early on, we're going to use odd numbers of voters. So in any event, we have 3 voters, so we're looking for 1 against everybody else or 1 against 2 cases. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to split this screen so I can show you 2 things at once. And blow this up just a little bit. As big as I can get it. All right, so here's what we're checking. Well, let me put the preferences here, so I can make that really big. All right, we're looking at this part for right now. So just, let's see. We're looking at this stuff right now. And so what I'm going to do is go through and see what cases we can find. All right. So we have a 2 against 1 case with green and purple. All right. So A prefers green to purple, B prefers purple to green, and C prefers green to purple. So A and C like green to purple, but B likes purple to green. So 2 voters prefer green to purple, and 1 voter prefers, sorry, that should say purple to green. I need to fix that. So let me just do that right here. I'll have to fix the uploaded one also. Let's see. How can I fix that? Where is strike through? Guess I'll just do it with right here. And so this person prefers, give me a text box. Purple. Purple is preferred. Let's see if it'll let me copy this thing. It may not like that. Yeah, it does. Purple to green. All right. So we have a 1 against 2 situation. All right. Oops. I can't save that quite yet. All right. I'll save it and upload it in a second. So this person prefers purple to green. All right. So if the dictator condition was non-dictatorship was violated, the voting rule would return what the 1 person wanted, but it doesn't. The voting rule is returning what the 2 want, everybody else wants. So that's fine. That still meets non-dictatorship. All right. For the next one here, we have 2 voters prefer blue to purple. We can see here A prefers blue to purple. A and C prefers blue to purple, but person B prefers purple to blue. So 2 prefer blue to purple, 1 prefers purple to blue. This is a situation we can use to check if, yeah, so they've got a mistake here too. Goodness. I was doing this fast while in between meetings, and so the group here prefers blue to purple just like the 2, so we're fine on that one also. So where's my, why doesn't it give me back where I can, there we go, CV. So the group prefers blue to purple. All right, for the group. So I'll put a little subscript G. Is not going to work well here in preview, but maybe I can just shrink it down with font like this. Oh, no, that does the whole thing, of course. Oh, well. All right, blue to purple for the group. And I will fix this and upload the corrected one, but just so you guys know right now while we're looking at it. So the moral is that the 1 person against the rest did not get their way, right? The group preferred blue to purple. So here we have 2 voters for red and blue, all right? Red and blue, we have 1 prefers blue to red, 1 prefers red to blue, and then the 3rd prefers red to blue. So 2 voters prefer red to blue, 1 voter prefers blue to red, and then the overall group ordering says red over blue, just like the 2. So the 1 person did not get their way, all right? Down here for 2 voters, purple over red. For 2 voters, let's see, that's purple over red for A, purple over red for B, but red over purple for C. So again, we have a 1 against the rest, red over purple for 1, purple over red with the rest, but the voting rule has returned purple over red, so the 1 person did not get their way. So far, non-dictatorship condition holds, all right? So far, so good. What about red and green? Well, with red and green, we have this person prefers green to red, this person prefers red to green, and this person prefers red to green. So 2 prefer red to green, and 1 prefers green to red. And look at what the voting roll returns, green to red. So the one person got their way against the rest of the group, and that's a violation of dictatorship. And so, so that's how you find a violation. If you didn't find any cases, if every case you looked at, none of them violated, then you would say that D holds, the non-dictatorship condition holds. All right, so I hope that helps. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down and get it saved, compiled, uploaded, and linked. It takes several steps to get this up for you, and I'm going to go correct that PDF on Canvas right now. All right, that's it.